Hey, this is Sheena with Lengo, and as always, we're bringing focus to your vision. So, this package is really about how you, as business owners, navigate through a market, keeping yourself relevant, but also identifying opportunities for growth. So, what we're going to talk about is how do you pivot? How do you keep that one foot, like a basketball player, on the court while moving your body, or in this case, your business, to identify different opportunities that are available to you and making sure that when you get ready to shoot your shot, that you actually make it. That is what's critical. And that is what really sometimes keeps us from making the changes. So you want to make a change, right? Of course. And why do you want to do it? You want to increase sales. You want to offer new products. Maybe you're launching a new program, or maybe you're wanting to just refine and redefine your operational vision and purpose. Whatever the reason is behind you wanting to make a change, there are strategies, there are plans, there's development, there's research. There's a lot of stuff that you have to do before you can just jump out there and decide that you're going to make a change to do something. And it's a lot of that stuff that has us completely stressed out before we even start the process. We will self-impose barriers on us just out of fear. And it's the fear of not knowing what is on the other side. And I think that is just kind of like a human intrinsic trait, is to just kind of be fearful of the unknown, right? Well, some of the things that we'll tell ourselves is, it's too risky. Going bigger is always more stressful. Growth takes effort and growth takes time. Sometimes we like to get that instant reward off of the work that we've put into a process or a plan, and it doesn't always turn out like that. Maybe you don't have enough time and you're telling yourself it's going to take me way too much time to sit down and really work through all of these plans and all of the things that I need to do in order to even get something on the ground, right? Or it could even be that you don't have enough capital, or that what you're doing right now is kind of working. So why even change it up? All of those things, while they may be something that you should think about and maybe consider, they should not become hindrances to your ability and to your forward progress to make a change. Because if you're thinking about making a change, that means deep down somewhere inside, you've got this gut feeling that something needs to be tweaked or something needs to be worked, or maybe there's something that you can do to perform better. So how do I pivot and not lose my position? When you think about pivoting and you really think about your overall holistic picture of your business, you've got investors, you've got consumers, clients, you've got market presence, market share, you have competitors. So there are a lot of moving parts that can affect you losing that position in the market if you don't pivot the right way. So the answer to how you pivot without losing your position is to take a calculated, informed, and factually based risk. That's what you have to do, meaning you're going to have to put some time and effort into research. And you know what? It won't work if it sounds good or it feels good. And I say that to mean if you get the warm and fuzzies, if that's was the initial thought, oh my gosh, this is such a great idea, everybody is going to love it because you love it, and you put nothing behind it. There's no research. You don't do any type of trend analysis. You don't even make sure if maybe the market wants what it is that you're wanting to provide, either a new product or a new service. If you don't do any of that, then 9 times out of 10, it is not going to work well for you because you haven't researched what it is you actually want to do. So the woo, or window of opportunity, this is something that I have lended to business owners as a tool to kind of help them initially bridge the gap between the vision and the plan. It's great to be a visionary, but you have to put those visions, that dream, on paper. And this helps you do that. It's the what, the who, the when, the why, opportunities, and operations. This is what is behind how you or whether or not you pivot. And it's really easy, guys. It is so easy. I try to break things down so that it's very easy for people to understand, because business as it is can be something that drives folks away just because of the finance that's behind it, the planning that's behind it. But really, it does not have to be that difficult. So that's one thing about Lengo that you'll always get are some tactics that are broken down and they're easy to understand. So the what? What are you trying to do? Are you trying to develop new processes? Are you entering a new industry? Maybe you're innovating a product or service, or maybe you're reducing your presence. Maybe you're scaling back. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you need to identify what it is in detail. Then you need to move on to who is it going to impact? Like, who does this change impact? Your stakeholders, your shareholders or investors. It's critical that you make sure you identify how the impacts are going to affect your investors. Your staff, of course, they're the ones that are helping you run your business. Customers, clients, they're keeping you afloat. So these are critical groups that need to be incorporated into your plan of action as you're developing any new scopes for your business. And then when do you want to start it? Like, when do you want to do this? Is it 1 year, 6 months, 30 days? Do you have a timeline? Are there any targets or milestones that you can think of off the top of your head? Because remember, this is just kind of like a very loose framework. This is not the actual strategic plan. So don't spend too much time grinding down the details at this point. This is to help to get those creative juices flowing, okay? So you need to kind of identify whether or not you're gonna put some type of time frame to this. And you need to have a time frame to everything that you do. Every plan needs to have a time frame. So why? Why are you doing it? Is there a need for it? Has somebody or has a group of people come to you and told you, you know what, it'd be great if you would do X, Y, and Z? Did you find a niche in the market? Now, if you found a niche in the market, a gap that, someone's not able to meet, a particular client is not able to get, then that might be a great reason to move forward with trying to vet out whether or not this would be the right pivot for you. Are you improving operations? Are you increasing your sales or revenues? Are you expanding your customer target? Those are all really great reasons to think about the why in your movement. And then opportunities. So are there real opportunities available out there? Have you performed any market research? Have you done any surveys or on the current customer base? Have you looked at what the market is like? I mean, if you've done a trend analysis, is this the right time to enter the market with this particular change? Are the competitors, are they changing up their current position as well? You have to kind of do some research on the market overall. And then, is this going to be something that's sustainable? Or is this maybe a quick little change that you're making just to kind of shake things up? Kind of identify what those opportunities are as you're going through this process as well. And then the operations. Anytime you have a change, it's going to affect your current operations. But which operations is this change going to impact? That's important for you to identify. Capital impacts. Do you even have enough money? Do you have enough cash flow to float this? Do you have the resources to get this thing off the ground and then to support it throughout the duration? Process changes. How is it going to affect your current process? How is it going to affect the staff? Because your staff are the ones that are probably doing the day-to-day processing. So those two kind of go hand in hand. And then ramp up in socialization plans. Like, how are you going to ramp this up? How is that ramp up going to affect your operations? And then the socialization, like, how are you going to get this out to your consumer base? How are you going to socialize this, maybe even to your competitors, to your staff, to whomever? So those are 6 questions that you need to ask yourself before you start to make the decision to pivot in the market, because it might not be the right time for you to make that particular change. So once you've done that, do you make a move? I mean, you've answered the questions, you've done the research, you've calculated the risks involved, you understand the market. Do you make a move? That is going to be up to you. but you can now make an educated guess, or actually an educated commitment to that plan based off of what you have researched and gathered through the implementation of these 6 questions. So, planning plus precision, it equals success. Yes, it does. And just like this ball player right here, you're not going to pass or shoot the ball until you know it will meet its target. Okay? So, think of it in the sense of basketball. Think of the precision that has to be taken when these players are out on the field and they're passing this ball from player to player to get it to the goal. That is essentially what this process of the WOO, the window of opportunity, is for you. So I want to thank you for taking these few moments to just kind of go through this with me. I hope that it was beneficial to you. Please feel free to refer back at any time. You're welcome to contact me at smorgan@lengo.us. You can find us at our website, and then also on all the social media brands at Lengo Focus. Thank you.